Hi, my name is Mark Hundley, and this is Live at 5 for, let's see, what is this? A Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month of August. And today, where I am, it's really rather pleasant. The temperature is nice. It's not in the hundreds. It's not hot. It's not humid. So I'm hopeful that wherever you happen to be, that you're having a good day. You've had a good week. This is the middle of the week. It's hump day, so things are going well for you. Moving toward the weekend, and I'm hopeful that this has been a good time. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit off the cuff, just a tad. I've been doing that here lately, but you'll notice if you read the post earlier in the day that some of my West Texan is coming out. When I posted the title of today's video, I said, "You get what you get. You get what you get." Every now and then, my West Texas really does come out. And today, when I thought about what I wanted to share with you, I let that West Texan come out. Every now and then, my wife, she's a retired school counselor, and periodically she will go into schools and been doing some elementary schools lately where she's done some long-term subbing for counselors who are ill or have other kinds of commitments. And so it's been fun for her, and it's been fun for me to have her come back and share with me stories from some of the elementary schools. Well, she shared a particular story from which the title of this video comes. It seems, and I'm going to probably embellish the story some, I'm not going to get it exactly right, but it seems that she was doing an activity with this group of kindergartners, and she was having them come by and pull a small toy out of a basket and then go on, and they were going to do something with that toy in a moment. Well, one little boy reached in the basket and pulled out a toy, and he just didn't like what he pulled out. It just wasn't what he wanted, and he started to put it back in and then dive in and get something else. And Vanessa said, "Well, go ahead and go on with your toy. It'll be okay. We'll take care of this in just a second." Well, he started getting angry, and he started getting frustrated and out of sorts. And another little child in the line, I can't remember if it was he had already gone through the line or he was coming up behind this other child, but he blurted out, "You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit." And she told me that, and I just rolled on the floor. I just died laughing. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Somewhere he had heard that. My guess is that a grandmother or a mother, someone had been used to seeing him not get his way and throw a bit of a fit. And so they shared that information with him, and it stuck with him because he said to the other little boy, "You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit." And I've pondered on that long and hard. The wisdom and the profundity of that little statement, and the humor, quite frankly, is pretty amazing. You know, I see a lot of people, and of course I'm guilty myself. Throughout my life, I have thrown a fit or two, and it's not pretty when I throw a fit. In fact, when I throw a fit, after the fit is thrown, and I've had a little bit of time to ponder and think, I'm a bit embarrassed. I feel a little remorseful for what I may have said or done during the middle of my fit throwing. I don't know about you. Do you throw a fit? I mean, have you ever thrown a fit in your life at all, for any reason, for any purpose? My guess is we all have, at some point, thrown a fit. I believe that in many ways, a lot of what's going on in our society today is gross fit throwing. We have so many people. It happens all the time. It happens on the freeways. People get cut off. People feel slighted or wronged, and they throw a fit. And sometimes they throw a fit that involves getting out of their car or stopping or running people off the road, or even becoming violent and shooting someone or throwing things at people. We have people throw fits in boardrooms, board members, CEOs, bosses, teachers, principals, preachers throw fits. Sometimes, I mean, if you haven't seen a preacher throw a fit in the pulpit, you got to see that. It's kind of an interesting sight. But people of all ages, of all walks of life, sometimes we throw fits. We get what we get, but we don't like it, so we throw a fit. We get angry. We become boisterous. We become aggressive. We begin to push with our words and push with our bodies and push with our intentions and our insinuations. It's not so much anger that's the problem. I really believe it's the energy of the anger. When we're wrapped up and holding on to the energy of the anger, it's easy to throw a fit. It's easy to disconnect from our brain. It's easy to disconnect from the logical, reasonable part of us, and we just throw a fit. And we say and do things that we wish we had never done. There are some people, I think, who say and do things that they're just going to keep doing them because fit throwing is kind of the way they do things. We have fit throwers and like I said, in every walk of life. The problem with fit throwing is that it really does nothing except expend and explode energy. And it kind of lets people know that you're angry. And another thing that it does is it just kind of lets people know that you're probably not as mature as you need to be in that moment about that thing about which you've thrown a fit. And there's a difference, folks, in fit throwing and demonstrating, fit throwing and protesting, fit throwing and dialogue, fit throwing and speech giving. There's a big difference in fit throwing and all of those other feats and instances. When we throw a fit, we really run the risk of losing our credibility, of losing our influence, of diminishing the power of our passion. We run the risk of harming people and hurting people and minimizing situations. You know, when you go to a playing poker at a card table or at a casino and you don't like the hand you're dealt, well, you can fold or you can hold on to it, kind of like Kenny Rogers, and you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. But you can't just put them back and say, I don't like that hand, give me some more cards. You can ask for a number of cards, but you can't get a whole new hand. And you can't throw a fit. If you started throwing a fit at the card table, they would probably escort you out. Security would say, no, we have to go. So in life, we're dealt hands every day. And we may not like the hands that we're dealt. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose, and sometimes we just fold. We just say, this is not going to work. But we don't throw fits. We get the cards that were played, that were dealt, and we play that hand as best we can. And hopefully, in life, instead of throwing fits, we look for ways to open dialogue and create solutions. And the only way we can create solutions is to put that fit throwing aside and say, hey, look, this is not fair. I don't like this. I don't understand this. I would like to move in a different direction. How can we go about that? How can we disagree agreeably and move forward? But be like my little friend that I didn't get a chance to meet, that Vanessa met. He said, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Why don't we commit to ourselves? I'll commit to you that I'll work really hard to avoid throwing fits when I don't get my way or things don't work out the way I'd like them to. Would you do that too? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I hope you have a good evening. Get some rest, take care of yourself, and I'll see you probably on Friday afternoon. Peace.